Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. This is the complete text of chapter 229, History of Angirasa from Mahabharata. If you want to read this text, all the relevant links are in the description. So let us begin.
Markandeya said, Skanda was adorned with a golden armlet and garland, a crest and a gold crown. His eyes were gold-colored and very bright. He had sharp teeth, was clad in a red garment, looked very handsome, had a most charming appearance, possessed all good characteristics, and was the favorite of the three worlds. He was a giver of boons, brave and youthful, and adorned with earrings. When he was resting, the goddess of wealth came to him, looking like a lotus and assuming a body. Graced by Shri, the Lakshmi, that foremost and illustrious youth, Kartikeya, appeared to all beings like a full moon shining on a whole moon night. The high-souled Brahmanas worshipped that greatly powerful one, and the great Rishis spoke thus to Skanda. The Rishis said, O golden egg-born one, may prosperity come to you. May you be the cause of doing good to the world. Though you have been born in 6 nights, all the worlds have come to your subjection. O foremost of celestials, you have removed all their fears. Therefore, become the Indra of the 3 worlds, and thus remove their cause of apprehension. Skanda said, O great ascetics, what does Indra do with all this world? How does that Lord of the Celestials unceasingly protect the hosts of gods? The Rishis said, Indra gives strength, power, offspring, and happiness to all beings. When propitiated, that Lord of the Celestials bestows on all creatures all the objects of their desire. He destroys the wicked and fulfills the desires of the righteous. That destroyer of Bala assigns various duties to all creatures. He officiates for the sun and the moon in places where there is no sun and the moon. He acts for fire, air, earth, and water when required. These are the duties of Indra. His capacities are immense. You too are greatly powerful. Therefore, O hero, become our Indra. Indra said, O mighty armed one, O excellent being, make us happy by becoming the Lord of all of us. You are worthy of the honor. Therefore, we shall install you today. Skanda said, O Indra, continue to rule over the 3 worlds with self-possession and a desire for new conquests. I shall remain your humble servant. I do not desire to get your sovereignty. Indra said, O hero, your prowess is terrific. Therefore, vanquish the enemies of the celestials. People have been greatly astonished to see your unrivaled prowess. I have been bereft of my prowess, defeated as I am by you. If I am now to act as Indra, I will not be able to command the respect of all creatures. Everyone would be busy to bring about disunion. Then, O Lord, they would be the partisans of one or other of us. O greatly powerful one, when they will form themselves into 2 distinct factions, war as before would be the result of that disunion. In that war, you will undoubtedly be able to defeat me at your pleasure and then become the Lord of all the worlds. Don't think on this subject. Skanda said, O Indra, you are my king, and that of the 3 worlds. May prosperity come to you. Please tell me if I can obey any of your commands. Indra said, O greatly powerful one, O Skanda, I shall continue to act as Indra at your command. If you have said this deliberately and earnestly, hear me say how you can gratify your desire to serve me. Become the generalissimo of the celestial army. Skanda said, Install me, then, as the generalissimo of the celestial army for the destruction of the Danavas, for the good of the celestials, and the well-being of Brahmanas and kine. Markandeya said, Having been installed by Indra and all the other celestials, and honored by the great Rishis, he looked exceedingly grand. The golden umbrella held over his head looked like a halo of blazing fire. O foremost of men, that illustrious deity, the vanquisher of Tripura, Lord Shiva, with his wife, came there and put the celestial garland of gold made by Vishwakarma around his neck. The exalted god Vrishadvaja, Shiva, honored him with a joyous heart. The Brahmanas call that deity Rudra, and therefore Skanda is called the son of Rudra. The semen ejaculated by Rudra was converted in the form of a white mountain. The constellation's Kritikas had transmitted the fire semen at that white mountain made of Rudra semen. As all the dwellers saw Rudra of heaven to honor Guha, Skanda, the foremost of all accomplished beings is, for this reason, called the son of Rudra. The child was born from Rudra's entering into the constitution of the deity of fire, and for this reason, Skanda is called Rudra's son. O descendant of Bharata, as Rudra that fire god, Skanda, Svaha, and the 6 wives of the 7 Rishis were the cause of the birth of the great deity Skanda, so was he for that reason called the son of Rudra. That son of the deity of fire was clad in a pair of red clothes. He thus looked like the sun peeing from behind a mass of red clouds. The red cock given to him by the fire god became his sign. Sitting on his car's flagstaff, it looked like the image of the all-destroying fire. The presiding deity of the power which gives victory to the celestials, which is the direction of all creatures' exertions and constitutes their glory, then came to him. A mysterious charm entered into his constitution, the charm which manifests its power on the battlefield. Beauty, strength, piety, power, might, truthfulness, rectitude, devotion to Brahmanas, freedom from illusion or perplexity, protection of followers, destruction of foes, and care of all creatures. These, O Lord of men, are the inborn virtues of Skanda. Thus installed by all the celestials, he looked pleased and complacent. He looked as beautiful as the full moon, dressed in his best style. The much-esteemed incantation of the Vedic hymns, the celestial musicians' music, the celestial songs, and the Gandharvas rose on all sides. Surrounded by the well-dressed apsaras, by many gay and happy-looking pishachas, and by the celestial that son of Agni sported in all his grandeur. To the dwellers of heaven, the installed Skanda looked like the sun rising after the darkness had passed away. Then, thousands of the celestial forces, saying, "You are our Lord," came to him from all directions. That exalted one, surrounded by all creatures and praised and honored by them, and encouraged them in return. Satakratu, Indra also, after having installed Skanda as the generalissimo of the celestial army, he remembered Devasena, whom he had once rescued. This one has undoubtedly been destined by Brahma himself to be the husband of that lady. Thus reflecting, the slayer of Vala, Indra, brought her adorned with all ornaments. He then, therefore, spoke to Skanda. "O, foremost of the celestials, even before your birth, this lady was destined to be your wife by the self-created Brahma. Therefore, with due rites and mantras, accept her hand, her right hand, which is like a lotus." Having been thus addressed, he accepted her hands in due rites. Brihaspati, learned in mantras, performed all necessary prayers and oblations. Thus, Devasena became known among men as Skanda's wife. She was also called by the Brahmanas Shashti, Lakshmi, Asha, Sukhaprada, Sinavali, Kuhu, Sadvriti, and Aprajita. When Skanda married Devasena, the goddess of wealth in her embodied form waited upon him with diligence. Skanda attained celebrity on the 5th lunar day, which was called Sripanchami, and when he obtained his object on the 6th, that day was considered a great tithi.
This is it. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this. If you are looking for more Vedic texts, holy names, and mantras, please visit our channel or website. Links are in the description. Namaste.